love y'all. Welcome or welcome back. I want to thank y'all for showing up today. Thank you for co-creating community with us. Thank you for all the engagement, the likes and the shares and the comments and the subscribes and things. How was that full moon for y'all? Let me know. Yesterday was the full moon, and I finally got to close out my Amazon account. I mean, I had already done so, but this book took a couple of months to make its way to me, so I could finally delete the app and everything. And honestly, I can't even remember the entire premise of this book that was once very important to me. It's pretty, but I just got a very strong sense that it would be useful for some of y'all right now. So we're not even gonna read it today, but I just wanted to read the first page here. And it says, "A book of joyous hope and promise. Here is a simple but powerful story that will affect your thoughts and actions long after the final sentence has touched your heart. You will never forget the 4 simple rules that can help you perform a miracle in your life. The glass geranium that will break your heart. The dingy parking lot where Mandino's life and yours begins again. The rag picker who rescues humans after they quit on themselves. The secret of regaining the self-esteem you have lost. The greatest miracle in the world." So keep an eye out next time we go live and you see it up there. Maybe I'll even try to get it up in the title and the picture and stuff so you know that's what we're doing. And we're gonna get into it. It's only 100 pages, but it's quite small print. So there's definitely a lot to dig into there. And I do have a crazy amount of stuff going on today, so I'm not gonna be able to stay on for too long. Since I said that, maybe if anybody here has some pressing, pertinent, personal questions you'd like for me to answer real quick, this would be the time to do that. But otherwise, I'm just gonna pull a little bit of an oracle message on this upcoming series for the greatest miracle in the world. I'm about to pull some oracle cards to clarify from this Arcana Folia deck here, if you haven't seen it before. Freya, Folly, Michael, Mary, please be here with me now. Please allow me to channel a message for the collective in alignment with their greatest and highest good, balanced with that of the collective at large. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your insight. Please allow these messages to come through today in their highest form, free of any deceptions, delusions, or distortions that may be out there. Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh. They're coming out so fast today. That usually doesn't happen with these circular decks. That's interesting. Okay. Ooh. That is fun. You know, I think it even is kind of speaking to Mandino in this book. Like I said, I don't remember fully. Do we need any more clarification on this, Spirit? Oh, I see. Thank you. Okay. And can I get a clarifier on this future position card for the process that this Greatest Miracle in the World Collective is going through right now, recently went through, will be stepping into in their near future. All right, so what we got today for this collective in the recent past is 37 detour, change course. So either you recently had an experience where you had to make a left turn, and this is clarified by 31, warning, pay attention to red flags. So I think that it was kind of like a red flag was what instigated, initiated, inspired this detour, this change of course in your life. 31 and 37 may be significant for some of y'all. And so it's like, I'm almost getting this red flag right here. You know the bull tamers or whatever, and they take the red, and when the bull sees the red, it like gets its blood moving, makes it all instinctual and angry and come at you. There may have even been something like that. Like you just stood there with a trigger, like not attacking anybody, not doing anything, just standing there with this trigger. And maybe you were like bum rushed like in some way. So that red flag was a warning. You heeded the warning, you made a left turn, took the detour. And that is bringing you into this current energy that you're stepping into right now of card 50, eccentric person. I love this card. And it says a person with a different worldview. So you are, especially because you made this detour and you heeded this red flag and this warning and you made changes in your life, you removed something in some way, environment, a pattern, a person, a relationship, a situation, a home. And in making space and removing that other energy, you've made room for whoever this eccentric person is that's coming in. I mean, they may be like 50 years old. Fives may be significant. But what I'm getting off of that mostly is like the Fool and the Hierophant. It's like a fresh, new perspective on God, on marriage or love or union, or a new perspective on rules, a new perspective on the interplay between individuality and protection. Yeah, individuality and protection. This is a cat. This person may fiercely defend your individuality, your freedom, and your independence in some way. You or they may have some of this cat energy, kind of like, super independent, super chill, super intuitive. The way that you move kind of flows. It gives that like, when people have heavy Scorpio in their chart, the way that they move with their bodies. It's not exactly even like the way that they look, but the attraction and the intensity about a Scorpio, there's just like something with this inherent flow, this strength to the way you carry yourself in the world. And so either you have that, this person has that, they'll teach you about that, right? But also here it says 32 obstacle, overcoming a blockage on your path, which is right after the warning, 31, 32. So let's see, you may have some obstacles in your way in your desire to connect with this person or learn from this person. But it says overcoming a blockage on your path, which means there will be obstacles to this energy entering your life and impacting you in these ways. But ultimately, those obstacles will be overcome. I might pull some guidance on how to assist you in that, but I think really it's more just like reassurance that when those obstacles come and you start questioning, like, did I make the right decision to take a left turn when the bull rushed me and I paid attention to the red flags? Was I just crazy? You start gaslighting yourself because the new thing that feels more aligned, that feels more right, or that feels interesting, or that feels impactful, that feels like it'll bring evolution into your life. It's like something that is attractive. It's something that you want. But there are some obstacles here. You may possibly, because of the cat thing I was mentioning, and the mountain, cats and people that live in the mountains have a tendency to be a little bit more on the like avoidant side of the spectrum of being like a dismissive avoidant or fearful avoidant person, you know, in general terms, or leaning in that direction. Or maybe this is just like, for whatever reason, an energy and a dynamic and a struggle that is brought up, that is triggered by this new influence and the obstacles in between you and getting closer to this influence. And so there may be some like fear, some hyper independence, some like resistance, you know? That's what fearful avoidant energy is I really want this connection, impact. I want to learn from this. I am attracted to this. But if I want something, then it's dangerous, right? And so there may be some self-protection going on here. Maybe that's the obstacle that you're going to be dealing with. Maybe you and this person have experienced something like this in the past, and you feel this new fresh energy, this 5-0 energy, this shamanic healing. It's like beyond words. It's really hard to read on this energy in this present tense. And maybe that's also an obstacle. You struggle to communicate about it. You struggle to communicate with each other. Maybe you're trying to figure out how you think, how you feel about this interaction, about this connection, about this impact in your life. And you're just like overthinking because it doesn't make sense in words yet. But you know what? You don't need words for this mountain cat energy. They do just fine making impacts in the world and taking care of themselves and not using any vocalization. This is like the quietest place in the world, a little cabin in the woods. You got your kitty, maybe it like purrs and stuff. So, I mean, maybe you're going to move to the mountains with this person someday, and like create a retreat center or a home or a family or something. Or maybe when you come together, it just kind of brings this mountaineer energy, like stoic, self-sufficient. You have all of your needs provided for you, around you, like you're peaceful, you're steady. Yeah. This is exciting because it's an eccentric energy, an eccentric person. But at the same time, it brings an energy of like grounding and peace. And that's probably what is scaring one or both of you about this experience. Okay. So going into the future, we have sweetness, 17, strawberries. This may be some kind of nod to the springtime of next year. There's some big astrological changes going on there. I wouldn't be surprised. And for a lot of people, it's supposed to get sweeter, easier, more nourishing, more beautiful, more... There's no word better than that. Sweet. Rewarding. Enjoyable. Pleasurable. So this isn't like hold onto the steering wheel real tight and just white knuckle it and get through it to next year. What is card 17. Is that the star? Maybe some Aquarius energy involved in this dynamic or in the timing. And that's clarified by 44, reflection. Oh wait, sweetness, the tag, it says under sweetness on this card, set clear boundaries, which I don't feel like there's any clear connection there for me. Like, sweetness, set clear boundaries. I get it, because that's the energy of addiction, right? As somebody who deals with blood sugar issues and actually doesn't eat sugar right now, this is like very relatable, right? Sweetness is positive and beneficial. It nourishes you, it feeds your brain, it stimulates you, it rewards you. You get things in your bloodstream that reward you for eating the sweetness, right? And so it's a good thing, but sweetness, like carbohydrates, can be extremely addictive. And so you have to set clear boundaries if you're going to engage in something sweet and pleasurable and rewarding, because it can veer you off course, it can distract you, right? So this sweetness coming in, possibly in this upcoming springtime of next year, is going to be a wonderful, beautiful thing that you have to simultaneously set clear boundaries with, right? In the present moment, it's kind of like you're dealing with obstacles, you're dealing with doubts, you're dealing with struggles. You have this opportunity in front of you, but there are obstacles. It's frustrating, it's discouraging, because you left this space that showed it was not safe and it wasn't aligned. And so now you're struggling, and you're being advised in the present moment to focus on the potential and the opportunity, and to not try and overthink it, not try to put it into words, not try to push it, force it, to deal with these obstacles with faith that they will be worked out in the end, to appreciate this energy that is coming in and impacting your career, your love life, your spirituality, your mental health, something in that vein. And so in the future, you're going to go from like a period of waiting, this feeling of waiting, this feeling of pain and struggle, this feeling of obstacles, this feeling of blockages on your path, and you just keep, it's like bushwhacking energy, right? Hello, Slay. And it's like bushwhacking, tough energy that you have to maintain a positive mindset through. And in the coming months, you're actually going to have some relief, I guess, in this sweet energy. You're going to get something that feels good, or something that you wanted, or that you asked for, or that serves you. And that itself may be triggering, just like this opportunity in the present moment is triggering you and causing you to have to manage your feelings, your emotions, your reactions to what's going on. You're going to need to, in this time of sweetness, balance yourself, right? So in the present, you're struggling, you have to balance yourself with optimism. In the future, you're going to be receiving, and you're going to be feeling good, and you're going to need to remember to set clear boundaries, to remember where you came from, you know, and to enjoy this sweetness without letting it consume you and your life and overtake you and take you off your path, right? 44, reflection. This person may be a mirror in some way, or you may just, when you are confronted with the things that you've prayed for, with the sweetness, with the reward, that's probably one of your greatest fears, is what I see in this spread. Maybe this person you're interacting with, or this energy that you're interacting with right now as well. But you will be able to reflect on sweetness, boundaries, obstacles, differences in worldviews. You're going to be able to reflect on red flags. You're going to be able to reflect on your motivations and your goals and how things actually operate. And this also this may be more of a sensual experience and not so much of a thought-based experience. Like right now, maybe you're being softened up and prepped for this future by being confronted with these obstacles in communication, verbal communication, to force you guys into accepting and learning how to work with more of this like psychic, intuitive cat and like this telepathy energy. Remember how I was saying about the mountain range and the cat energy being, oh man, I had a word and it just totally escaped my mind, which is perfect example of this energy. You don't need the word. You feel it. If you're resonating with this message right now, you literally don't even need me to explain it to you right now. You already feel it in your chest. And if you do need me to explain it to you, then it probably isn't for you. And that is what we do here, is test out and practice our intuition so that we can develop that as a muscle and a skill and a resource, an opportunity for ourselves. So you're going to reflect on this sweetness and this need for boundaries in the future. And, well, can I actually get one clarifier on that? Because I'm curious about your future. Epiphany on the bottom. Cycles repeat until the lesson is learned. Ooh. Right. Cycles. It's really hard. You have to stay positive. It's really good. You have to stay grounded and reasonable. Back and forth, up and down. Cycles repeat until the lesson is learned. Maybe this lesson has something to do with finding the balance there and learning how to adjust and set a new course at earlier signs and signals of your need to do that, so that you don't swing back and forth violently between extremes, but it's a little bit more manageable. It has more flow to it. And so you may, within this space of reflection, experience an epiphany. You look into the mirror, and it's black, it's dark, and then you see a light there. 17, sweetness. That's the truth. That's the opportunity. And you're afraid of it because you need to learn how to set clear boundaries, right? So I think you're gonna learn a lesson about that. Cycles repeat until the lesson is learned. The lesson may be a little bit different for all of you. The person or the energy that you're interacting with may be different for all of you. The obstacles that y'all are facing in your communication, in your connection, in your experience together, same. Okay, so I was gonna pull a clarifier on sweetness and reflection, but I did see that epiphany on the bottom of the deck. You have an epiphany coming in your future. And what do you have to do that? Reflect. So in the future, you're going to have opportunities to engage with life, engage with the sweetness, And you're going to have opportunities to get real quiet. Like, you know, this is giving dedicated focus on sensual experiences and dedicated focus to, I don't know, ascetic experiences, you know? Like, go out into the forest and pick the strawberries and sing to the birds and eat the strawberries, but then go back into your cave and light a fire and do a ritual and throw your prayers into the fire and you know what I mean? And sit in silence for 24 hours or whatever that looks like for you. Okay, what did we get? Thoughts, cultivate your ideas. Ooh, maybe that is why you meet this eccentric person or community or energy or something, a person with a different worldview. A different worldview either from this red flag energy or perhaps a different worldview from you or both. But you're having obstacles in this communication, especially the verbal communication, like the sword suit energy, because you need to reflect, because you need some relief and some nourishment and some sweetness that is going to come in your future, and so maybe that'll assist you in the communication a little bit. I was just talking about how carbs and sugars feed your brain, right? Maybe it'll nourish you and give you the opportunity to be capable of doing this reflection in a productive way. And you're going to need to, maybe that's what this reflection is about. You need to set clear boundaries by cultivating your ideas, developing a relationship with your thoughts. Maybe you have like a fear of expressing yourself around certain people because you know it's pretty impossible that they're going to do anything productive with it or hear what you're trying to say. And if you've had that experience so many times, maybe you keep your ideas to yourself oftentimes. And the more you keep your ideas to yourself and the more fear that you have about these people and influences that just willfully misunderstand or are not capable of understanding, you may even start to internally self-censor. You may have some like aversion to or disconnect with your ideas. Maybe you try consciously or subconsciously to keep your ideas in that fuzzy pre-verbal space because you know no matter what words you use, these belligerent people are not capable of being impacted by, it's not up to you. You can't use the right words. So it's almost like, what's the point? And you understand yourself without words internally, so you don't need to process your ideas with words internally either. And then if you don't have those words to say, then you won't be tempted to say them. And then you won't be upset and disappointed with that same pattern repeating over and over and over again. So it's kind of like, I think your lack of cultivating your ideas and having a relationship with them, that fear, that weird relationship, that tense relationship you have with your own thoughts, your own ideas, that kept you, or maybe it helped you attract this situation in your past. Yeah. And so I think that the guidance here is between now and this upcoming spring, you and probably you and this eccentric person energy that's coming in are going to overcome a blockage on your path by cultivating your ideas and healing this relationship internally. And I think this influence, this energy, this community, this person that you're meeting is doing something similar. They're mirroring you. They're having a similar experience to you. So it's possible that this person has a different worldview from you, in some way. But I don't think that that's a problem, like it's a base foundational issue, because you both have the ability to respect each other's independence and differences, right? But maybe you haven't been around people like that in the past. So it's possible that both you and this external influence need to cultivate your ideas and feel safety in expressing them and communicating them and connecting with somebody based off of their true eccentric ideas when people around them have a different worldview. And so I think that's why you're experiencing obstacles together in your communication right now, because you're both learning how to communicate with yourselves first. But keep going, because at the bottom of this card it says overcoming a blockage on your path. So it's a blockage, but you know that you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. You're going to figure it out. Y'all are going to figure it out. And that victory is going to be such a high that you really are going to have to remember to stay grounded, to set clear boundaries, to remember how these ideas have been cultivated, and because they're like clearer, stronger, more fleshed out, you have a stronger relationship with them, that process, that is this obstacle, and you're building strength and self-knowledge so that you guys know how to set clear boundaries, because you know who you are when you come together, so that you can maintain this sweetness without creating a situation where you need to have a dramatic change of course again. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. I do have some more to be, so I am about to pop off, but let me look at the chat. Hello, Ankit Sharma. Hello, Ballet Sullivan. Thank you. Good morning. And I am tuning in from Central Texas, Austin specifically. Where are you tuning in from if you happen to, get it in before I pop off? But I think that, yeah, that is the message today. Keep an eye out for the Greatest Miracle in the World stream that we will be doing in the near future. Super excited. Let me read it one more time for everybody who was not on when we first started this read. And if you'd like to go back and watch the full thing, it should be posted up on the Kai Chi Alchemy page at least by tomorrow, if nothing else. I don't know what I'm going to call this one. Eccentric person. We'll figure it out. So this says, a book of joyous hope and promise. Here is a simple but powerful story that will affect your thoughts and actions long after the final sentence has touched your heart. You will never forget the 4 simple rules that can help you perform a miracle in your life. The glass geranium that will break your heart. The dingy parking lot where Mandina's life and yours begins again. The rag picker who rescues humans after they quit on themselves. The secret of regaining the self-esteem you have lost. The greatest miracle in the world. The rag picker, 50, the fool, the Hierophant. The rag picker is God. God is going to pick you up when you may be struggling and wanting to quit on yourself. And God is going to direct you into a new hope, a new beginning, an optimism. We don't want to be trying to rescue people who are going to take years or like large, there's a limit, there's a boundary, right? Set clear boundaries. That's the problem with boundaries. You have to know where to set the line, and that's up to you. And it could be here, or it could be here, or it could be here. So it's really tough to be a human rag picker. But God is here for you when you quit on yourself to help inspire yourself hope and belief and the secret of regaining the self-esteem you have lost. Overcoming a blockage on your path. The obstacle on your path is the self-esteem you have lost. God will rescue you after you quit on yourself and give you renewed hope in yourself, in God, in the world around you. The glass geranium that will break your heart. Sweet things are, have some fragility to them. It's what makes them beautiful and desirable. And you have to be careful. The 4 simple rules that can help you perform a miracle in your life. Maybe what we learn in this book is going to assist you in this reflection, is going to assist you in cultivating your own individual ideas. It is going to help you overcome a blockage on your path, a blockage in your self-esteem that brought trouble in the past, that helped you to learn that you need to set clear boundaries. And if you don't know how to do that yet, this eccentric person energy is going to come in and assist you with it. Maybe leading by example. Maybe they're struggling with similar things. Maybe they don't even have all of the verbal wisdom to share with you and tell you how to get everything on the right path and fix all your problems. But they have the energy of, I have different ideas. I have an eccentric worldview. And because of that, I know how to respect other people who also have that, whether or not they fully agree with me or not. And you're gonna heal each other, not in a direct way, but just by being a presence in each other's lives. It's just inevitable. It's just an inevitable process. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you for all the likes and the shares and the subscribes and the engagement and the things. I'll use that as the book for today. Love, light, peace, and personal responsibility. I will see you next time. I hope you have a beautiful day.